Hi. Oh, welcome to Vocabulary Wednesday. I was just staring at myself for a second. Aha! Today's theme is commonly confusable words. Words that look like other words but are actually different words. And you've probably seen this or heard of this before if you are a fan of Vocab Wednesday. Look at that. I've got to put that really close to the board, obscuring my face. Capitulate, first word. It means to give up, to surrender. Notice that capit, well, you may not notice this, but it's the Latin root for head. And so when I think of surrender, and people are surrendering, they're kind of putting their heads down, lest they be chopped off. The second word, nothing so grisly as that, is recapitulate. Recapitulate, I'm getting a weird glare in here, but recapitulate means to summarize the main points of. And notice that recap. You may have heard of someone say, oops, let me get rid of that. There you go. Notice those first 5 letters. Recap, to go through. It's really the same word, it sounds a lot more fancy, and is typically used in fancy GRE contexts. That's all it means. Go over or recap. Next, look at that first word, founder. I am the founder of a company. It actually doesn't mean that. To founder is to fail. So if you if you're a founder of a company, you don't really find a company, yeah, look, it's a company, but if you're a founder of a company and your company founders, second definition of this word, it goes under, it fails. You don't do well. Flounder, though, is not founder, and it's also not the fish, the cute little mermaid type of fish. No. Flounder, GRE definition, means to kind of drown almost, and to lose control of something, to become flustered. So if I flounder for a minute, I can't seem to get my words. That's me floundering. So kind of losing control and becoming flustered. Not quite the same as failing, which is more extreme. So better to flounder than to completely founder. Next, we have prodigious and prodigal. The first word, prodigious, sorry I pronounced that wrong the first time, it's pronounced prodigious, means very large in terms of extent. So you could say, oh, the GRE requires that someone have a prodigious vocabulary. That means they have an immense or vast vocabulary. And you could say that the oceans covering the surface of the earth are prodigious, they're huge, and take up most of the surface of the earth. So again, large in terms of extent or degree. Prodigal. Looks the same. Prodig, but notice the al at the end. Prodigal is actually not about a gal, or at least the association people usually talk about with prodigal is the prodigal son. Story from the Bible. And the prodigal son was some dude, I don't know, 2,000 odd years ago, who came from a rich family and decided, hey, there's a lot of the world to see, so I'm going to go party around the Mediterranean, wherever they had casinos or whatnot, however you squandered your money back then. And he wasted or squandered all his father's money. So we call him the prodigal son. He went back, he asked for forgiveness, his father gave him forgiveness. I'm guessing in most cases that doesn't happen today. But here he was granted forgiveness. But the meaning of prodigal isn't, oh, you're given forgiveness by your father. Again, prodigal is the wasting part. You take a lot of money and you have no concern about how you spend it. You spend it here and there. That's prodigal. Noun form prodigality, good one to know as well. And hopefully we're prodigal here with GRE vocab words, giving you many, many each week. And speaking of many words, we'll see you next week for even more words so that your vocab will become ever more prodigious.